Hi guys, this is Liz of ProjectVanity.com. It's been a while, it's been a hot minute since I'm here on YouTube, since I usually do live videos on Facebook and even IGTV. But I'm really happy to be starting up my YouTube channel again. I hope you can like and subscribe because it'll just make me happy and it'll, encourage me to do a lot more content. Anyways, let's get on to our product review for the day. I've got here some NARS Orgasm X products. Ayan siya. And this looks really interesting. I've got the OX palette. It looks like this. It has 2 blushes, a highlighter. I've also got this oil-infused lip tint, which looks super pretty. And then finally, I've got this eyeshadow palette. This is the OX palette. And this is what I'll be using for you guys today. As you can see, gamit na siya. I've used it quite a bit. But, that only shows that I can give a full review. First things first, I actually don't have any eyeshadow primer on my lids today because I want to show you guys what this looks like without a primer. Of course, a primer will make the eyeshadow more vibrant, more bright really. But, I think you'll be able to better see how it works on the lids without any primer. So I have here, again, the Orgasm X eyeshadow palette, OX, and I'm going to use all these 4 shades. I'm going to start with this shade right here. I'm using a Zoeva eyeshadow brush, and that's what this looks like on the brush. These are a little bit powdery and a little bit sparkly, so sparkles might explode when you put your brush onto it. As you can see, it's getting on the sides, but you just need to tap that out and make sure to clean out the palette every time you use it. So I'm going to start with that. As you can see, it starts off with a good coverage, actually. I would say medium at first. And it's very, very, very easy to blend. You don't really need to put a lot of effort. Although you have to be careful because there will be fallouts. I love how the pink, again, can be a nice daytime single color. But you can also definitely zhuzh it up. So I'm going to get this reddish shade. And it's matte, which makes it a good sort of crease / transition color, and I'm just gonna work that onto my lid. I have what you call a hooded lid, so crease colors for me are very, very important. Otherwise, my lids just kind of look a bit one-dimensional, if you know what I mean. See, that went on really well and really vibrantly. Again, I don't have any eyeshadow primer, and you can see how bright that was. And then I'm gonna get the shade right here, the plummy purpley one, and we're just putting that just on the very outer V. This is how I like to do my eyeshadow because, again, I have hooded lids. I'm a bit disappointed that this purple is not showing up more, but I think it does look pretty good nevertheless, just for adding some depth. I think if you use this as a single color with your finger, and then I think you'll be able to get like that full shimmer effect. Use this color right here. I think I'm going to use my finger, and I'm going to add that with a finger and just blend it. Again, we're not using any eyeshadow primer here, but we were able to get that really nice vibrancy. This one is the O palette, and you can see that it has more of these lighter shades. I think these are more for highlighting, for that super simple, fresh look, which is why I'm gonna use it on my underneath my brow bone rather. I'm gonna pick up this shade right here, this perfect brow bone highlight, and we're just gonna drop that right underneath my arch and then blend it backwards and forwards. And I'm just using this matte, sort of dusty pink, just to add a light contour there. And then we're gonna get the shimmery, sort of like silvery taupe, and we're putting that on the waterline and on the inner corners. This is pretty much the finished eyeshadow look. Again, it's just simple, it's just fresh and fast. I'm gonna be finishing it off with some eyeliner and some mascara. So I'm gonna get back to you after that. I'm almost done with this look. We're now gonna get to the NARS Orgasm X OX blush. So there are 3 colors here. I've got here a highlighter, an O blush. I think this is the Orgasm blush if I'm not mistaken. And I have here an OX blush. So I know you guys are a little bit confused. Why is she naming things differently? The name may be different from what we have here in the Philippines versus what they have in the US or the UK. Because I think they had to change the name. I'm not sure why, but so if you're getting confused about that, just know this is the Orgasm X palette, and then in the back it says OO and OX for the shades. With my blush brush and tap that, and then I'm just gonna very softly put that on my cheek. So as you can see, this one has more of a fresher look. It has more shimmer, more peachy. And I'm gonna use the other blush here so you guys can see the difference and compare side to side. This one is definitely more pink and more intense. It's how the two blushes differ from each other. Since I do want my face to look even, I'm gonna go ahead and blend them together. So I have here the lighter blush. I'm just gonna work that in. And then I'm gonna add the pinker blush here on my other cheek just so that my cheeks match. And I think now we have a nice color going. If you find that a little bit too intense, you can once again get your powder brush, and just blend it down. I just love how fresh these blushes are. Like, it's just so pretty. When I was younger, one of the first expensive blushes I ever saved up for was the NARS Super Orgasm. And this, I have so many like feels from this, so much nostalgia for that blush, and I remember why I love this so much. So again, I've been testing these out for a while, and I do find that they stay on really well, especially even under a mask. They don't rub off very easily. So I think that's one thing definitely to note about this particular formulation from NARS. NARS always has really good formulas, really usually quite long wearing and quite vibrant, so you can see on my eye look. Right, so I have here the highlighter, and I'm just going to use a smaller highlight brush with that. Ooh, see how intense that was. More intense than what I would have wanted initially, but I think I look cute. Ayan, so that's what it looks like. And then I'm just going to use my finger and just work that on the bridge of the nose just to get a nice elevation there. And blend it down. Super nice. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the look. Now there's just one last thing, and I've got here the NARS Orgasm X Oil-Infused Lip Tint, and I'm just gonna apply this directly onto my lips. So this is what the applicator looks like. It's a doe foot applicator, pretty standard. I find it soft on the lips, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that. And you can see that it has some color. Actually, it has this really nice pink tint to it, and then there's also some shimmer, which is very much on trend nowadays. Like, matte lipsticks are not such a huge thing anymore, and I like that it has these nice golden shimmers. As it is, I find this particular formula quite hydrating. You won't even really need a lip balm unless you want to wear a lip balm, and again, it just looks quite fresh and quite pretty with the entire look. I just want to do like a quick summary for you guys and just a quick review of everything. Again, I've been using this for about a couple of weeks now, and I really enjoy them. So first things first, I used the NARS Orgasm X eyeshadow quads. So I have here two quads. I have here OX, and I've got here O. At least that's what it says in the back. Again, sorry for the confusion about the names. So these are the two colors. I used both palettes to achieve this look, although you kind of don't need this one. So if I were you and you can only choose one palette, I would go for this one, since I love the romantic pink sort of color combination. You can go from daytime to nighttime. Whereas this one is really more for a daytime look. So I guess it really depends what you're looking for. But, you know, the formula is quite nice, as you can see. It's not something like an Anastasia palette, or say a Huda Beauty palette, or even a Natasha Denona palette. These are quite these are the kind of eyeshadows that you have to build up just a little bit to get that perfect effect. So, you know, it does take a little bit more time, but I love them. I love how my eyes just look so glowy and so fresh with it. So that's definitely what you get from these palettes. If you want them to stay longer, of course, wear a primer. I didn't wear a primer today. I'm not really going anywhere, but yeah, they'll definitely be more intense with a primer and will stay on longer if you were going out and needed more wear time out of it. But as is, these are pretty great. Now, as for the blush, I have the Orgasm X blush palette, so I just love this one. This one definitely I'll be using for such a long time. I have so many eyeshadow palettes that are actually similar to the colors that I use here. But this one, it's been so many years, been a decade or so, but still my favorite, one of my favorite blushes, one of my favorite formulations. So highly recommend this if you haven't tried Orgasm blushes from NARS, since these are iconic already. This one reminds me of Super Orgasm, which I had before, and this one is more of the classic Orgasm blush. And the highlighter, so nice. It's neutral. It's not too yellow, not too gold. So very nice. And then finally, I've got here the Orgasm X Oil-Infused Lip Tint. Super nice if you're looking for a glossy tint with a nice pink, fresh vibe. Anyways, you guys can get this over at Restance. They have an online store. I'm going to link it to them. They also have the Beauty Butler. I'm going to link it below, as well as the prices. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And yeah, let me know what you think of this look and what you think of NARS, what your favorites are. I'd love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again very soon. All right, bye!